America, the land of the free, home of the brave, and exporter of democracy, sometimes forcefully. But what if America decided to just quit? No more global policemen, no more Big Macs in Moscow, no more Kardashians anywhere. Just America all by itself. It sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive headfirst into this thought experiment. We're talking full isolation, like that friend who says they're taking a break from social media but then posts vacation photos anyway, except this time it's the entire United States of America going off the grid. No more tweets from the White House, no more Hollywood blockbusters in foreign theaters, no more iPhones assembled in China. This isn't about building walls or starting wars. It's about America retreating into itself, pulling up the drawbridge and saying, "We're good here, thanks for playing." So what happens next? Let's break it down. Imagine waking up one morning and the news is filled with images of American flags being taken down from embassies around the world. International flights are grounded. The New York Stock Exchange is in free fall. People are panicking. This is the immediate aftermath of America's self-imposed isolation. Gone are the familiar logos of Toyota, Samsung, and Nestle. American supermarkets, once overflowing with the fruits, literally, of global trade, now offer a limited selection of homegrown products. Remember that time you paid extra for that fancy Italian olive oil? Yeah, good luck finding that now. The internet, that glorious web of interconnectedness, takes a hit too. No more browsing foreign websites, no more streaming K-dramas, and say goodbye to that hilarious Twitter beef you were following between a Canadian and an Australian comedian. It's like someone just hit the undo button on globalization. The initial shockwaves of America's isolation hit the economy hard. The value of the dollar plummets, sending shockwaves through the global financial system. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? This is like that, but on steroids. Industries reliant on global supply chains grind to a halt. Car manufacturers, once symbols of American industrial might, struggle to produce vehicles without imported parts. Remember those Made in America labels companies used to slap on everything? They suddenly carry a lot more weight. The government, in a scramble to stabilize the economy, encourages domestic production. Buy American campaigns flood the airwaves, urging citizens to support local businesses. The problem? Ramping up domestic production takes time, resources, and a whole lot of willpower. Section 4. Welcome to Company Town, USA. As the government tries to jumpstart domestic production, a new era of company towns emerges. Think early 20th century industrial towns, but with less coal dust and more Wi-Fi, probably. These self-sufficient communities are built around specific industries, providing housing, healthcare, and education for their workers. Need a new pair of shoes? Head down to the company store, because where else are you going to go? Feeling sick? The company doctor will see you now and bill your paycheck later. It's a system that prioritizes stability and control over individual choice and freedom. Remember that pursuit of happiness thing? It's starting to feel a lot more like acceptance of the status quo. This new way of life also means restricted mobility. With limited fuel and no international flights, long-distance travel becomes a distant memory. Remember those cross-country road trips you always dreamed of taking? Yeah, better stick to exploring your own backyard. Section 5. From Harvard to Hard Times, the decline of knowledge. Remember those Ivy League dreams you had for your kids? Well, in this new America, education takes a hit. With limited access to international research, collaborations, and funding, American universities struggle to maintain their once esteemed reputations. Textbooks become outdated, scientific breakthroughs slow to a trickle, and the free exchange of ideas grinds to a halt. Remember those heated debates about philosophy, history, and science? They become a lot less heated when everyone is working from the same limited pool of knowledge. Literacy rates decline as the focus shifts from academic pursuits to practical skills. After all, who needs to analyze Shakespeare when you're trying to grow enough food to feed your family? Section 6. Doctor, give me the news. Healthcare in isolation. Remember that time you had to wait 3 weeks to see a doctor? Get ready for much longer wait times. Without access to international medical advancements, equipment, and pharmaceuticals, the American healthcare system struggles to keep up. Chronic illnesses become harder to manage, and the development of new treatments stagnates. Remember those medical breakthroughs that seem to be happening every other week? Yeah, those are now few and far between. The healthcare system, once a source of pride, or at least a topic of endless debate, becomes a pale shadow of its former self. Section 7. The world outside, life after America. Now, let's zoom out for a second. While America is busy adjusting to its self-imposed isolation, the rest of the world isn't exactly sitting still. Remember how everyone used to rely on the US dollar? Well, they've moved on to a new global reserve currency. New alliances form, new trade routes open up, and the world adapts to a new geopolitical reality. It's messy, it's complicated, and it definitely doesn't happen overnight, but the world finds a way. Remember that old saying, the show must go on? Well, the world is a stage, and America has just decided to